motivate you a bit more than most, like any other champ?
I'm motivated, I'm self-motivated, and I for sure want to crack at that belt. I for sure want to crack at that 70-pound belt to go for the Triple Crown.
Islam Makhachev made it clear that he dislikes Conor McGregor, much like Khabib did. He expressed doubt about McGregor's return to competition and stated that the Irishman is not welcome in Dagestan. These comments further fuel speculation about a potential fight between them.
Motivate you a bit more than most, like any other champ?
I'm motivated, I'm self-motivated, and I for sure want to crack at that belt. I for sure want to crack at that 70-pound belt to go for the Triple Crown.
And what a fight that would be, you and Islam. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it, after all these years?
Southpaw. It was a good performance out of him, and fair play to him. He had the courage to do it, to go up. So, yeah, I'm excited for it. Let's see what happens. Let's get back in the mix.
Conversely, Ian Garry outright dismissed the idea of Islam facing Kamaru Usman, declaring Usman irrelevant and citing his lone victory since 2021, calling any talk of a title shot for him rubbish.
Fights again?
McGregor? No, I don't think. Too much drunk, too much marijuana.
What if he came to Dagestan and you trained him? Could you get him right?
Who?
McGregor.
That guy's not stepping foot in there. He's not going
Not
there.
allowed.
Could you guys fix him?
No.
Too far, too gone?
He's never gonna come to Dagestan. We're not friends. We don't want him.
By the way, before we dive in, 99.8% of the people watching right now aren't subscribed. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming MMA news. And without further ado, let's dive into it.
Ariel Helwani agrees that Ian Machado Garry has recently eclipsed Kamaru Usman and deserves a title opportunity. He highlighted Garry's active schedule and rising influence within the UFC, pointing to 3 fights over the last year, including one on short notice, and his upcoming bout against Carlos Prates. Helwani asserts that Garry's consistency and elite triumphs establish him as a top contender.
Scream and shout and fight anyone in the world. That fight's not happening. Kamaru Usman is irrelevant. He's had 1 win since 2021. He's the last one down the list who deserves a title shot. The fact that we're even mentioning his name amongst this title contention is bollocks. He's nowhere near the top. He had 1 win over a guy who's had nearly double digits lost in the UFC and Joaquin Buckley.
Carlos Prates expressed skepticism about Kamaru Usman challenging for the belt, despite commending him as one of the division's best. While acknowledging Usman's lengthy championship reign and understanding why the UFC might consider him, Prates highlighted Usman's current 9th place ranking. He stated that while he admires all Usman has achieved, he would be disappointed if Usman received the next title shot. In his opinion, other contenders are more deserving.
This is a great quote. This is a great quote here. What the fuck has Ian Garry done the last couple of years? Kamaru Usman is a legend. He was offered Shavkat last November. Who ended up fighting Shavkat last December? Kamaru accepted the fight. Okay, well, see, Kamaru Usman is one of the biggest names in the division. When you're Islam Makhachev, you want to have legacy on your name. So he's trying to paint the picture as to why Kamaru deserves this fight. Kamaru Usman, as we said, has 1 win in the last 4 years, right? He had a 3-fight losing streak, and prior to this fight, he had not won a fight since 2021. Ian Garry, in the last year, has fought 3 times, including against Shavkat, short notice fight, short notice main event against Carlos Prates, beat him, and then beats the former champion Belal Muhammad. He has done more in the past year and has won more in the past year and has helped out the UFC more in the past year than Kamaru Usman has in the last 4 years. So what the F has Ian Garry done is a crazy, crazy comment. Again, I have no problem with him campaigning for his guy, but like, we have to also look at it honestly and critically as well and say this is not.
However, Kamaru Usman believes Carlos Prats deserves the next title match when the opportunity arises. He praised Prats' attitude, his relentless drive to compete, and his eagerness to fight despite facing challenges. Usman highlighted that Prats has displayed the exact kind of fighting spirit the UFC values, particularly given his quick rise. Usman also acknowledged Morales as a notable emerging challenger, but emphasized Prats as currently the most prominent, stating he would fully support Prats' claim.
I don't know, Kamaru won the fight for the belt, Also, Kamaru and Makhachev, they have the same manager. So, let's see how it's going to work. But also, he's number 9 on the rank. But also, he's the GOAT of the welterweight division. So,
Nah, come on. First of all, he ain't no GOAT of the welterweight. Have you heard of a guy named George St. Pierre?
I know that guy, but I prefer Kamaru.
Nah, come on, Carlo. I like you. It would be okay if Kamaru gets the title shot against Islam next.
Of course, no. I would be sad because I won the title shot against.
Yeah. Do you think he is deserving, though? As you say, he's the GOAT. In your opinion, do you think he is deserving?
No, I don't think he's deserved. But also, like I said, he's the GOAT for me.
Sean Brady also thinks Kamaru Usman is least deserving of a title shot, pointing to potential favoritism from shared management within the UFC. He argued that Brandon Moreno is more deserving, emphasizing Moreno's impressive record, his victory over Brady, and his status as the #1 challenger.
Right now, for me, I would say Prats. I still think maybe another fight to really kind of I feel like he's done so much in such a short time. There wasn't enough to let that ripple effect really touch the masses all over the world. But I would say Carlos Prats right now. I like everything I'm seeing from him. His willingness, his excitement to go out there and compete and fight. Even if he loses, it's like, okay, I have to fix that and I'll come back. Like, that's what I love to see. And I think that's what Dana and the company and Hunter and these guys love, is these guys like that. So I love Prats. Morales too is also impressive. No hate on these guys. I love what these guys are doing.
Meanwhile, Ali Abdelaziz also revealed that the UFC considered a fight between Islam Makhachev and either Kamaru Usman or Ian Machado Garry for the organization. For UFC 324, he explained that the UFC reached out on January 26th for a possible main event spot, and Islam considered it briefly before declining such a quick turnaround. Abdelaziz mentioned that both Usman and Garry were considered, emphasizing that the UFC always aims to stage the biggest bouts when constructing a major event.
There's no way Ian gets in next. I don't think so. Well, first of all, the least deserving of it is Kamaru Usman. Brother, I don't know how they're finagling this shit, trying to push him into the
cahoots.
Huh?
Between him and Islam?
Yeah,
mutual friendship. Let's get
mutual
you paid.
Friendship, same manager. I understand what they're trying to do, but that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I personally, obviously, he beat me. I think Morales is the most deserving out of everybody.
He's undefeated.
Undefeated, 19-0, just beat me. I was the #1 contender. Beats me. Number 2 would be, I think Prats is right there. I think he would deserve it more. Shavkat doesn't deserve a title shot.
You got to get back in the race.
He's got to get back in the race. Everybody else got to be in something like that. Everyone's got to be in the race. He's just sitting on the side.
Conversely, Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje are set to clash for the interim belt in champion Ilia Toporia's absence at UFC 324. The victor will earn a shot at the undisputed title, yet many fans believe Arman Tsarukyan was unjustly overlooked despite his strong claim. However, Dana White remains resolute regarding Arman Tsarukyan's position in the lightweight division. Though he's the top challenger, Tsarukyan will not immediately receive a title shot, as White remembers the UFC 311 incident, with Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje already set to fight for the interim belt. White insists Tsarukyan must rebuild his standing by securing more victories. To be back in contention, the UFC chief stressed that title opportunities are not simply granted, they must be earned, reiterating that Arman needs to work his way back into contention.
Or it ends up being challenging Islam for this belt first, when ideally do you think Islam fights again?
Well, Islam just fight, honestly. Even the UFC reached out to me, they was asking him to fight a main event June 27. He thought about it.
The White House guy?
No, January 28. He thought about it. He's like, no, Habib said, hey.
Who is that again?
Honestly, Kamaru's name was in the mix. I can tell you that. Kamaru's name was in the mix for January 28th. You know, honestly, you know, Ian Garry's name is in the mix too. But at the end of the day, man, the UFC is a business. They're going to make the biggest fight they can make.
Justin Gaethje expressed empathy for Arman Tsarukyan missing out on a title shot, describing Tsarukyan as a good problem to have. He admitted the disappointment is difficult, yet trusts that Arman will eventually get his opportunity to fight for the championship.
Like on lightweight, Arman Tsarukyan, obviously the odd man out now. We expect Ilya to be unifying against the interim title winner, which would, you know, make a long runway for his
I wouldn't
title.
say that he's the odd man out. You know, he had an opportunity, and you guys know how that played out, and he's gonna have to work his way back. I don't give a shit what the number says. He's gonna have to work his way back. There's just too much goes into this for those type of things to happen. You know, we had a little. We were talking back in my room tonight, and we were talking about you know, all the crazy shit that's happened over the last 20-something years. But you can't do that. You can't get the opportunity and then it can't end that way. So he's got to work his way back.
Justin Gaethje acknowledges his MMA career is nearing its end, yet he is determined to give his all until the very end. His focus remains on one fight at a time, and he vows to be fully prepared, staking everything each time he steps into the cage.
About the whole Tsarukyan situation, with him being on the outside right now, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, sucks to be him, honestly.
Leave it at that.
It is what it is. I mean, no, hey, the kid is a problem. There's no doubt about it. This is a crazy game, and he's going to get his chance. So, see what happens.
On the other hand, Merab Dvalishvili discussed the Gaethje interim title bout and predicted it would be an intriguing contest. He observed that Justin might have the advantage if the bout remains standing, while Pimblett might perform better if it turns into a grappling exchange. Merab also stated it's challenging to foresee how the bout will progress or who will emerge victorious.
You won that interim belt, you threw it on the ground in the cage, says it wasn't the priority for you. Do you have different feelings towards it this time and what it could mean at this point in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that it wasn't a priority. It was that I knew Khabib was next. And if I was going to sit there and think that I was any kind of champion with that belt, with Khabib being next, I think I was, going to be foolish. I needed that mindset to prepare for that fight, and he beat me. And but ultimately, like I said, this gets us paid as a champion, and it definitely gives me the chance to fight Ilya. I want to fight Ilya. I want to play spoiler just like I did in Khabib and Tony. I'm going to f this up for everybody, and there's going to be no Paddy and Ilya. I'm going to do the same thing I did for that fight, and then I'm going to fight Ilya on the White House card if he's ready to fight again. We'll see when he's ready.
Dvalishvili believes neither fighter can defeat Ilia Topuria. He stated that the winner of Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje will face a formidable challenge with Ilia Topuria when he returns. According to Merab, Topuria is a truly strong champion, possessing powerful striking, firm wrestling, and superb jiu-jitsu. He doesn't foresee either fighter achieving much success against him.
It is, and timing is everything, and this is perfect timing to finish everything off like I want to.
I was just gonna actually let's touch on that. When you said finish everything off like I want to, what exactly do you mean on that? Like, are we looking towards the end of the line? Like, are we just looking one fight at a time? Or
it's always been one fight at a time, but I would be a fool to say that this is the beginning. There's no doubt that the end is near, and I've been in some of the biggest fights ever in this company, and they continue to give me these opportunities, and so I'm so thankful for them for giving me this chance to prove that I'm one of the best in the world again. Since 2017 I fought 12 times and only one guy's been outside of the top 5, so I've been here, I've been putting in the work, and it's a tough game, it's a crazy game. Everyone's always like, you're gonna win. I'm like, dude, it's such a crazy game. I'm gonna be as ready as I can, and I'm gonna give 100% max effort, and it is.
Tony Ferguson is backing Paddy Pimblett over Justin Gaethje for the interim title bout, noting Gaethje's potential lack of interest in pursuing another temporary belt. He admitted both combatants are vulnerable, but felt Pimblett's emotional state could be a critical factor.
Ferguson thinks Gaethje's ongoing frustration from failing to secure previous undisputed title shots could impact his performance, giving Paddy a mental edge.
Like, because of what had happened with the Islam Makhachev fight, like, even though he just beat Dan Hooker, he headlined, he's kind of been, you know, slid out of the way.
It's not even just that though, is it? You know what I mean? Like, people talk about my last 3 wins. Yeah, and Tony Ferguson, who was on his way out. Well, that Dariush looks about 65. You know what I mean? He's got a full head of grey hair. He beat Dariush. He didn't beat Charles Oliveira. A lot of people didn't think he won that fight. On his way out to the cage, he punched the fan. Got banned. UFC probably had to pay a big fee for the fella not to sue him. The shot, and I've got a bad back. And got beat by back pain when really he probably just couldn't even make weight. Sits out for 11 months. Gets offered the fight in the meantime against Gamrot. Says no. When if I ever got offered the fight against someone who'd beat me, I'd be taking that fight immediately. Then fights Dan Hooker. Headbutts him at the weigh-in. No, so like nearly ruined another main event. Like, you can understand why he's done that.
Matt Brown questioned the long-term implications of the UFC's current fight pairing. He argued that decisions focused solely on short-term pay-per-view sales and publicity might generate quick buzz, but would not sustain the sport over time. From his perspective, lasting success depends on a merit-based system, rather than chasing trends or fads.
For the interim belt, who do you think wins that fight?
Paddy. Only because Justin doesn't want another interim belt. I mean, like, that's just it. You could tell, like, as soon as, like, when we were fighting, like, I prepared for a different guy. Like, I'd be real. And it was like, I want to go in there and, like, just, that's not about me anyways. We'll talk about Gaethje and Paddy. Paddy's not bad, dude. Paddy's not bad. He's very beatable, and Gaethje's very beatable as well. But when it goes into the passion and how upsetting Justin Gaethje has always been about not getting that real title shot, and they just keep dangling it right there again.
Brown also voiced concern that the UFC prioritizes spectacle over pure competition. He observed that top grapplers such as Arman Tsarukyan and Movsar Evloev do not rely on online hype or flashiness for title shots. They aim to win purely based on ability and execution. Brown fears that when genuine competitors are overlooked in favor of fighters who prioritize spectacle, it damages the sport's long-term reputation.
Paddy's in for a new treat, right? Paddy's the one that's never fought for a belt. He's going in there. He's going to be trying to, get that stuff. He's going to feel a little bit more pressure. He's going to have that little bit of excitedness, in my opinion. So if I was going to the book and I was going to try to place the bet, I mean, I would go with the new kid that's going in there and that's going in there for the new opportunity, rather than the old kid that fought for the belt, disrespected it, threw it on the fucking ground, and didn't give a shit for it. In my mentality, that's how he's going to be again. It's going to go for Paddy, in my opinion. So best of luck for both of them. I'll knock each other.
Michael Bisping sees the matchup of Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje as highly competitive. He notes that Gaethje, despite being 36, remains explosive and dangerous, showcasing strong wrestling, striking, and leg kicks. He feels the knockout defeat to Max Holloway does not represent Gaethje's typical form. Bisping also highlighted Pimblett's decisive victory and his unbeaten UFC streak, considering him a significant threat in the bout.
Is a very, very tough competitive matchup. Now, Justin Gaethje is no spring chicken. I think he's 36 years old. But you know what you're going to get with Justin Gaethje. Yes, of course, against Max Holloway at UFC 300, he got knocked out. He got embarrassed. He got face planted. I tell you what, it was a shocking scene, okay? But that's not normally what happens with Justin Gaethje. He is one of the most exciting fighters. They do call him the human highlight reel for a reason. He's got great wrestling, but the boxing, the striking, the leg kicks, the punch power that he has, I'm telling you, this man is no joke. And neither is Paddy Pimblett, right? We saw last time against Michael Chandler, he is the real deal. He absolutely smoked him. He's undefeated in the UFC. He put a beating on Michael.
He emphasizes that Pimblett is still a real threat. Bisping anticipates Pimblett will utilize movement and avoid standing directly in front of Gaethje, who possesses dangerous knockout ability. He also advises against counting Pimblett out, viewing it as a gripping contest with major implications.
Gaethje This is the final go. This is the final crack of the whip. The man's had 2 title fights in the past, Charles Oliveira to Khabib Nurmagomedov, and now he gets to go up against Paddy Pimblett. Now, talking about the matchup, of course, it is an easier fight for Justin than what it is against Khabib Nurmagomedov, one of the greatest of all time. Islam Makhachev, the current pound for pound, and according to many people, a man that is surpassing Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? So in that regard, it is an easier matchup. Will Paddy be able to take him down? Will he dance around the octagon? Yes, he will. Will he try and replicate the game plan of Max Holloway? Of course he will. Who wouldn't try and do that? You aren't going to stand and go toe-to-toe with Justin Gaethje because the man does have knockout power. But underestimate Paddy at your peril. That's all I'll say about that one, but that is a phenomenal fight.
Autumn Canelo expressed astonishment that Paddy Pimblett is receiving a title shot without having defeated any top 15 contenders. He deemed it truly unjust and observed that Pimblett's most recent victories came against opponents with losing records, including Bobby Green, making him question how this translates to a title opportunity.
Think of everything that happened, who's giving the title shots or whatnot.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't feel that's fair, you know? But we live in a world that is not fair, you know? Giving a title to Paddy Pimblett, a title shot is unbelievable.
Someone that's easy money.
Easy money. And let me tell you something, brother. Who he beat in the division? Michael Chandler coming off 4 losses, 5 losses. Tony Ferguson, 8 losses. Bobby Green coming off 3 losses. And who he beat in the top 15? Nobody. Nobody. And he's still getting the title.
That concludes our video for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Share your opinions in the comments below and subscribe to our channel for more UFC news.